When you're buying earbuds, what's more important to you? Comfort or sound quality? Now imagine if you could get both and still not spend too much. That's what the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro is offering. I've been using this for a while now and I'm actually pretty impressed. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I review gadgets and tech that you can actually afford, and I tell you whether it's worth your money. Today we are looking at the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro, one of the best clip-on earbuds I've tested in a long time. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're looking at is what's in the box for the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro. So when you unbox the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro, the first thing you get is the user guide. Then you get the SoundPEATS app user guide, then the signature SoundPEATS stickers. After that, you get the AirPods itself, that is the SoundPEATS Air Clip Pro earbuds. In the earbuds case, you have the actual earbuds, which is 1 and 2. Then under the pack, you get the USB-C charging cable, and that's pretty much everything for the box of the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro. So the next thing we'll be looking at is the design of the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro. To be very honest with you, this is one of the nicest looking open ear earbuds I've actually seen in a while. Some open ear designs actually tend to look old fashioned or bulky, but this one actually feels modern and premium. The body was made out of, let's say, premium feel plastic, which is actually soft, and it has a grippy silicone case for comfort and stability. Also, it's combined with a glossy finish around the speakers and soft touch buttons to actually give it that premium look. Compared to the Tozo open earring, this is a slimmer and a more refined look. Honestly, I actually think it looks better than the Soundcore C40i, which is actually more costly than this. For the case looks actually amazing. I like how it feels. I like how it's actually lightweight. Even with the earbuds feel pretty lightweight, and trust me, it does not feel as if you're carrying anything too bulky when you're on transit, or let's say you're on the move, which is actually one of my favorites. Like, I really like how these earbuds are lightweight. The earbuds itself are lightweight. The case also is very, very, very lightweight. So as for the design of the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro, I actually give it a whooping, let's say, 9.5 all over 10. So the next thing we'll be looking at is the comfort and fit. If you don't like in-ear earbuds that go deep into your ear, you'll probably love the design of the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro. The silicone is screen friendly and does not cause irritation. I could wear this one for hours and it stays secure whether I'm moving around, working out, or just watching movies. After about 2 hours straight, I felt a bit of ear fatigue, but nothing serious. For long-term comfort, this actually beats some of the most expensive options like the Soundcore C40i. So the next thing we're looking out for is the sound quality. Open ear designs are usually made for comfort and not sound, but the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro actually surprised me. This earbuds actually has loud, clear audio with solid bass and treble, and to my greatest surprise, it can actually block light background noise, which is very, very rare for clip-on earbuds. And let's not forget the fact that this earbud uses a 12mm drivers with AAC and SBL codecs. It does not have ABXT, but it actually sounds quite good. In my test, this earbuds actually perform better than the Soundcore C40i and also the Tozo open earring. For addition, these earbuds can be customizable. Let's say the sound of the earbuds does not fit well with whatever you're doing, whether you're watching a movie or you're actually playing music. You could actually use the SoundPEATS app to customize this to your taste. And to be very honest with you, it's actually a nice thing for an open ear earbuds. So for the sound of this earbud, I actually give it a, let's say, 7.5 over 10 because it's an open ear earbuds, but it actually performed quite remarkable. So now let's talk about the key specs of these earbuds, and this is a quick breakdown. This earbuds comes with water resistance of IPX5 splash and sweat proof. For the Bluetooth, we have the Bluetooth 5.0 with multi-point connection. It also comes with fast charging, which means that 10 minutes charge will actually give you a 2 hours playback. Controls, we have a fully customizable touch control via the SoundPEATS apps. We also, for calls, we have AI ANC microphones for clear calls, and it was very, very, very impressive. For the next thing we'll be looking at is the battery life of this earbud. Each earbud lasts for about 6 hours, and with the case, you actually get to 24 hours total. For me, this means I could use them for days without charging, even with heavy use. SoundPEATS has always done well in battery life, and this is absolutely no different. But when I was using these earbuds, with my actual test, it was quite impressive. I did not have to charge these earpods at all after the first full charge, which was when I actually unboxed it. And for a clip-on earbuds, that's actually very great. So let's say you're a heavy user and you tend to use your AirPods for a long range of time. This is actually one of the most perfect earbuds you could get when it comes to battery life. You won't have to charge it. Let's say you don't have to do like regular charges for these AirPods. If you can get a full charge on the case and also a full charge on the actual earbuds itself, it will last you for a while. And after long-term use, it's actually very, very good. So let's say for the battery life, I'll give it, sorry to say, but I'll give it a 10 over 10. It's actually very nice when it comes to the battery life. The next thing we'll be looking at is actually the Bluetooth and range. To be honest with you, the first pairing was not smooth. It only connected to one earbud at first, so I had to like turn off my Bluetooth and turn it on. But once it was connected properly, it stays strong. The range is actually excellent. I could leave my phone in the living room and walk to the car park without losing connection. So if you're the kind of person that does not really take your phone, let's say you're not always with your phone, but you want to be on an active call, or let's say you want to keep listening to music, this is actually the go-to AirPods for you. The range was very, very, very perfect, but the only place I had an issue with these AirPods was when I was trying to connect these AirPods from the start. It was actually quite stressful, and if SoundPEATS actually sees this, they should actually work on that. So if you actually pass that stage, you will get a very good Bluetooth connection and a very good range from these AirPods. So as regards the Bluetooth and range, for the fact that it actually stressed me when I was trying to connect it at first, I'll give it a 7 over 10. The next thing we're looking at is the calls and media playback. For calls, the Pearl Clip Pro is actually great. Even in noisy places, people could actually hear me clearly. And this is all thanks to the AI enhancing mics. For video, there was no lag in Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, and let's say Instagram. It's synced perfectly. To be fair with you, since it's a clip-on earbuds, this will work perfectly for, let's say, media playback. Let's say for a fact you want to watch a Netflix movie that is for about 2 hours, you will not feel any discomfort in your ears, and trust me, you don't want to try that with traditional earbuds. So for calls and media playback, this is actually quite perfect. What I'll do is that in this video, I would actually make a voice recording with the AirPods microphone so that you can actually compare the microphone of the earbuds and my actual microphone to see if it's a good buy for you. But for me, when it comes to the calls and the media playback, it's actually a 10 over 10. For the next thing we'll be looking at is the mic test for the call and media playback quality. So what we're going to do is that in this video, as you can see, I have my mobile phone ready. What I'll do is that I'll just click on record and we'll continue the video like that. So I will now attach the raw audio file that was recorded using the microphone of the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro to the video unfiltered. So like this is recording, and actually it's recording on my studio microphone, and I'm also recording using the microphone of the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro. So what will happen here is that I will just attach this audio to the video, and you'll be able to judge if this is okay for you or not. But when I was making calls, it was actually very, very okay. And like I said, I actually like it a lot. So now let's just do up to 40 seconds. As you can see, we are still on. I don't know if it's actually clear, but we're on 35. Okay, now we're on 40 seconds. So let's just keep it, let's say, up to a minute. So this mic test should go to up, let's say, up to a minute. So we're on 51 seconds now, and we're still on it. So this mic test to go for a minute. I'll attach it to the video. You just conclude if it's okay for you or not. For me, it was okay. Yes. That's 1 minute there. So I'll just add this to the video. You decide if it's okay for you or not. For me, it was a very good experience. So for the next thing we'll be looking at is the touch control and the app. The touch control of the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro works, but they are not that responsive. I turned some of them off and I used my phone instead. But the app actually makes up for it. You can customize all control to your liking, and there's even a feature that you can use to locate your earbuds if you eventually misplace them. So when it comes to the touch controls of these earbuds, it's not that perfect, but for the fact that you can actually customize this to your preferred, let's say to your preferred selection, it will actually work. So for the touch controls of these earbuds, I actually give it let's say 6/10. The next thing we're looking at is the price for this earbuds. So technically this earbuds goes for around $35, and trust me, this is way cheaper than the Soundcore C40i, and in my opinion, looks better and also sounds better than the Soundcore C40i. So you can actually pick this up on AliExpress or Amazon, and for $35, this is actually a steal. So if you have $35 and you want to clip on earbuds, you can actually pick this up, and trust me, you won't regret it. So the next thing we're looking at is the pros and cons of these earbuds. For the pros, you actually have a comfortable fit, nice design, better sound quality than most open-ear earbuds, long battery life, and useful app features. For the cons, we have touch controls, which are actually not that great. Then for the first pairing, which actually stressed me. So to me, the pros are more than the cons. So it's a good buy. The next thing we're looking at is the conclusion and final verdict. If you want an affordable clip-on earbuds that does not compromise on comfort or sound, the SoundPEATS Pearl Clip Pro is worth it. For under $35, you're actually getting performance that beats some earbuds twice the price, like the Soundcore C40i and the Tozo Open Earring. That's it for today's review. If you found this helpful, please like this video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, for earbuds, do you care much about comfort or sound quality? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.